HTC has officially entered the jumbo fray with the HTC One Max, the company's new supersized device that shares a lot in common with the HTC One. We put the One Max through its paces to find out whether this big, brash and slightly bonkers handset has what it takes to take on its phablet foes. The HTC One Max is instantly recognisable to anyone familiar with the company's flagship smartphone, essentially being just a bigger version with an added fingerprint sensor. More on that later, but first let's talk specs. The 5.9-inch Full HD display offers excellent clarity, despite being slightly less sharp than the HTC One and One Mini due to its larger size. This means once again watching movies and other content is a great experience, with extra bit of real estate making things all the more immersive. That said, we can't help but feel that this device is a little bit too big. We know it's supposed to be a larger handset, but Samsung and Sony do a far better job of making a device that feels more suited to the size. What's more, there's not really anything new going on inside. HTC has stuck with last year's Snapdragon 600 clocked at 1.7 GHz, rather than bumping up to the 800 as found on the Samsung Galaxy Note 3, Xperia Z1 and LG G2. There's no extra RAM either, so you're once again looking at 2 gigs. Built-in storage starts lower at 16GB with a larger option of 32 gigs, however it is expandable this time round, meaning you can pop off the back and slip in a micro SD card if needed. So what is new? Well, apart from the bigger screen, the only genuinely new addition is the rear-mounted fingerprint scanner, which unfortunately comes as one of the phone's biggest letdowns. It feels like HTC has simply tacked this on in the wake of the iPhone 5S, and its awkward positioning and hit-or-miss functionality makes it a complete waste of time. In fact, there was so much we disliked about it that it was disabled within hours of testing. In the camera department, things again remain very much unchanged. Once again, you're looking at a 4-megapixel ultra-pixel sensor, which isn't necessarily a bad thing as we were rather fond of the HTC One's camera. Of course, we'd like to have seen the megapixels up to a bit, but if it needs to stick with 4 to keep things looking clear and bright, so be it. The removal of image stabilisation is a bit annoying though, and those looking to take lots of snaps with the HTC One Max will need to keep things steady. So how much is HTC asking for its latest handset? Well, a lot actually. SIM-free, expect the One Max to set you back around £600, or about £47 a month on contract after shelling out for the phone itself. And is it worth it? Well, probably not. We're not saying the HTC One Max is a terrible phone, but the combination of a high price, aging processor and lacking new features is something those looking to buy the device will really need to consider.